Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to be looking at how to set up Cloudflare with GridPane. The two work very well together, but when you're trying to provision an SSL on GridPane, you might run into some problems if you've already set things up with Cloudflare and you're masking your DNS. That's because at GridPane we do DNS checks before we enable the SSL to protect you, but the DDoS protection at Cloudflare stops us being able to do that. Okay. So here we have the test domain I'm going to be using, yet another example.com, another one of my imaginatively chosen test domains. I think Namecheap probably think I'm crazy by now, but we need a lot of domains for the testing we do. So if you go to Cloudflare, just add your domain. Yet another example.com and click the add site. Cloudflare is going to query your DNS. You need to choose a plan. There is the pro plan, but I'm going to stick with the free because I use DNS made easy. So click confirm and you get all your DNS records. So it's query all the records that are already set with Namecheap. The only ones I'm really interested in for now are the A record and the C name record. As you see though, the orange cloud is already set up, so the IP address is already being masked. The most important thing right now is to turn this off. Make these clouds grow grey. With that done, we can get our DNS name servers. Copy them. I'm sure you've done this 1,000 times before if you use Cloudflare, and add your name servers as custom name servers with your domain registrar. All done, and we go back to Cloudflare. Click continue. You can recheck your name servers now. You can only do that once an hour. If you try clicking that again, you'll get the error message. So in your DNS in Cloudflare, you need to set this now to your server IP. With that being said, it's time now to go to GridPane and set up your site on the server. I like to refresh the window every time to make sure the view components are refreshed. So you've probably done this 1,000 times before as well. It always pleases me how fast this is. And within a few seconds we've got our site, but all we need now is actually the server IP. Copy that to your clipboard and go back and set your A record. And make sure your CNAME www points to your yet another example.com, so your main domain. Now, me being me and having a little bit of OCD, I'm also going to get rid of all these extra records. I don't need to, and it's really just wasting time in this tutorial, so I apologize, but you know, everybody's a bit quirky. Okay, so that's all done. We've got DNS only, so our IP address isn't being masked. Right now we can go and we can check our DNS resolution with one of the many sites available online. I like to use whatsmydns.net. There are others, .org, .com. You can probably just do a dig from your own server. So do yourself a check for the A record, see if it's resolving. Now it's nearly resolved, but whilst we wait for it to resolve a bit more, there's a few other things we should probably do, or one other thing. If you go to crypto in Cloudflare, then you'll see that Cloudflare sets you up with a flexible SSL as soon as you add your domain. Now this can only cause complications at this point, so I would actually just turn that off for now. We can turn it back on later. So once that's off, check my DNS resolution again. That seems alright. I mean, it's not fully resolved, but remember, the beauty with GridPane SSL is we protect you. So may as well just go and try and turn on the SSL now. It's doing its checks. If it works out fine, then it'll do a dry run and then it'll try to provision. So there we go. We've got our SSL certificate. If we go to the site, it's been served by HTTPS. Excellent. So now that's been done, we can go back to Cloudflare and enable their full strict. Awful, but full strict. Check your DNS, turn on the orange clouds. We now have DDoS protection, our IP address is being masked. The site is still being served perfectly well. We have full HTTPS all the way through, right the way through Cloudflare system to the origin server. You can actually check at what's my DNS if you really want and see that it's being served by their IP address, but there's no real need for that. So I hope this has been helpful. This is one of the main support tickets that we get. This video will hopefully save you some time, you know, so you don't have to send us a message and then get concerned about things. If you have any questions though, please feel free to reach out. Okay, bye-bye.